Hello and welcome to my video podcast series. My name is Dinis Guarda and I'm here to talk about people, about cities, and about the future of humanity. And as well to profile some of the people that are creating the best technology solutions, the best business, and as well people that are changing the world with their initiatives, with their leadership, and the way they understand and they deal with our humanity and our technology part and our businesses. So this project is part of our platform citiesabc.com. That is the name of this series of video podcasts. And today we have with us Koji Murata, that is the country head at World India, the CEO of New Era India, and as well the director at Future Focus Infotech, which is a company focused on recruitment and technologies around recruitment and as well solutions 360s. And I think I'm quite excited, as I mentioned to him, that we have an executive from Japan working in India, which are two major different cultures, and as well a company that is cutting edge in terms of a lot of solutions for recruitment. So welcome to our podcast.
Thank you so much. I'm pleasure. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm Koji, and yeah, I'm working in India so far 3.5 years. Before I came to India, I was in Vietnam, so totally 7 years in overseas. So I'm losing my nationality these days, but thank you for this opportunity, and yeah, I'm happy to share what I can today.
Thank you so much. So I want to start precisely by your background, and I think it's wonderful that, for instance, you come from Japan and you were educated in Japan, but I know that you had as well experience in the UK in terms of your education, and as well the work experience in Vietnam, which is as well a fast economy, and now in India. So a bit of your personal background, education from Japan. I don't know where we are from in Japan, and as well in terms of your education, where we are now and when we start with these companies.
Thank you. So yeah, basically I'm from very much small town from Japan called Kobe. About Kobe maybe because of Kobe beef. The small city but a very beautiful sea and also mountain together. So yeah, I think if you only visit Tokyo in Japan, and you are missing everything, the beautiful thing in Japan, so you should visit. So I'm from Kobe. Then I grew up in Kobe too. Then I went to university in Kobe as well. So that time I study in UK 1 year in University of Leeds. Then after that I joined this company, the called in Japan. So in Japan is the company running this is a public company in Japan. The 36 years maybe history of the company. So the recruitment industry company. So it means I am working in only one company. I haven't changed my company and career. So, but I am changing a lot of my responsibility and role in the company. This is maybe the culture difference with maybe the European countries or US or other countries. So we do not have actually like a job description. We joined the company as the staff. Then we changed the role and position. Kind of for me is each 3 years. Then first I start my career from Osaka as a salesperson. Then I become a leader position after less than 1 year. Then I got a manager position in maybe the mid of second year. So that kind of way I got the many position and role. And then I moved to Nagoya. Nagoya, maybe you know that because of Toyota. So the Toyota come from the city of Nagoya. So then I work with a lot of the big manufacturing companies. And also then after 2 years, I moved to Tokyo. So then I started the new business in there, and also in the company. And then finally I spent 10 years in many the business unit or the many different type of roles. Then I got opportunity to go to Vietnam 2013. So then we acquired one company called Vietnam Works. This is the number one job board company in Vietnam. So then I visited there. Then I was working 3.5 years in Vietnam. So it was very much culture shock, and yeah, I enjoyed and also I shocked. And then from 2017, I came to India because we had this company from 2014. So my boss asked me to manage this company. Then 2019, we acquired one new company in Chennai-based technology staffing company. So I am managing these two companies so far, and as well as the margin acquisition stuff, and also the new business development as well. I am doing the alliance work also. So that kind of role I am doing. So yeah, I have one son, and in Japan, my family is living, and I'm from Kansai, so my favorite food is always takoyaki or the okonomiyaki or ramen or that kind of like unhealthy food. But after I came to India, I become very healthy, like a vegetarian kind of stuff. So and I like it now. So I don't know if I go back to Japan, I can uh, enjoy again like a Japanese food. But yeah, I'm loving India now. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no, that's amazing, and I think it's wonderful because I know that Japan has a very strong culture, work process, and ethics. And as well, in your case, you've been a bit all over the world, which is amazing because you have the European education, and then you have the background in Japan, and then in India, and in first in Vietnam, and then in India, which is very fast growing economies, and as well the future of the world in a lot of areas. India because of the biggest population, and Japan, and as well Vietnam is right now probably one of the fast economy growing in the planet. And as well very different cultures. So before we go to your company work, so can you tell us a bit about your experience with the cultures, because you are in recruitment industry and in technology, and as well the culture is still more important than ever, even with all the technology. So a bit of that background, how do you learn how to deal with these cultures, and as well in your management position, as well in a Japanese company working abroad, which I know that is very different. How have you been coping with that, and as well a bit of your insights?
Okay, great, great, great. So, yeah, if we talk about culture, that will be very, very difficult to explain. But maybe you understand the easiest point can be like Japan. Japanese culture is, how can I say, very mm, slow, and also they consider like 100 years for one decision. That's what it's too much to say, but of course, everybody talk about this. If you work with Japanese company, then everybody will feel they keep silent, and they don't decide at their level. Then I don't know, maybe the long history, because we focus on the creating the rice and vegetables, and we are not hunting people, because Japanese is kind of creating more the farming culture. So our communication type is different, and also the trusting people each other is different. So that's the maybe the reason we the making decision is slow, and also the to trust the people is also like takes time. Like we become the very good friend is not really easy stuff in Japan. So that culture difference is maybe can be the one thing. And also what I learned from Vietnam is actually like the completely different from actually Japan. But for Japanese people, Vietnam is very, very good to live and also enjoy, because Vietnamese people look up to Japanese people. So it means the same Asians, but they are very, very nice and also welcome. So then they are ready to learn. So Vietnamese culture is kind of a little bit different from China, maybe, as you know. The Vietnam, the politics is kind of looks like Chinese, but their business and also economy is much different, and also the way of taking things or way of negotiating with China is very, very wise. So of course something is not very, very clear, but why the Vietnam is growing so fast is we can understand that their mindset is always positive, and also they do not give up. You can see that they had the very big Vietnam War with USA, right? So I feel that kind of culture, from very strong culture when I was in Vietnam. They never give up and they try to the end. They Yeah. Then if we talk about like a difference with Japan and Vietnam for the changing job or job opportunity things is, as I told you, I haven't changed the job, and also recently like Japan culture is changing, but the kind of Vietnam people is more focused on money and more focused on career and more focused on the own benefits, like more money, the how much they're getting hike, and also how much you can get maybe 2 3 years each. So they are changing the career. It's a very normal, as a normal thing, and that is the different thing. And then Japan is kind of a long time. We had we grown because of manufacturing company like Toyota. So then the other company, Japanese company, hire the somebody who doesn't have any experience, and then we train people, and then 45 years or kind of my parents as well. They worked only one company in their entire life. So that is kind of very normal thing, long time in Japan. That's why we don't even change the company like 10 years or 20 years. Very, very normal. But Vietnam was different. So then the for recruitment company, actually, like the more opportunity, of course. That's what I see. Yeah. And after that I came to India. Like India is like, how can I say, I cannot tell you like one word or a few sentence for India. India is the diversity, full of diversity. So everything is different. Each 10 mile, you can see that different culture, different holiday, different law, and different language, and different color of skin, different maybe the family communication. Everything is different. So what I can tell you is India is kind of like Euro. I don't know, maybe the German and France, and also the England, and also maybe all of the European countries looks like the more India. So the after I came here, so I live in long time in Delhi. So the Delhi people are very, very aggressive, and they are very good at the business. And also kind of if you become very good friend of Delhi people, you can be very, very good friend in long time. They are very much they don't defeat you or betray you. And but if you fight with Delhi people, that will be very, very difficult for you, because they are negotiating very strongly, and also they they enjoy negotiation. So if you don't want to negotiate or fight or argue with friends in like normally, then it will be very, very tough. And I had that kind of experience. And if you go to south region of the India, like Bangalore or Hyderabad or Chennai, those people are very, very easygoing and more accepting many other things, and also kind of not really thinking deeply. It's very difficult to tell you, but it's totally different mindset and also the way of thinking for Delhi people. So, and also western side and also the eastern side has different culture, different people. That's why the culture different, if we talk about only India, will be very interesting. And also you can go around at least like a 2-3 months in India, then like, you can learn a lot of things, I'm sure.
That's wonderful, and I'm particularly interested on these nuances because I think this is more important than ever. Because first of all, although we have a lot of geopolitical issues worldwide in the world economy, we have more and more a technological driven business. And I think COVID-19 just accelerated all these technology solutions. But at the same time, we cannot forget the cultural nuances. And I think very few people have the cultural nuances. And I think we don't teach this in the business schools or universities, and this is critical because the technology doesn't solve the problems of the cultural nuances and all different things. So I want to pick from this. How do you solve this with your technology and with your companies? Because I think this is critical in the recruitment industry, and this is actually probably the biggest challenge we're facing right now in the future of work. Because, like you said, Japan, for instance, has the history of people working in the same company for all their lives. But in Europe, Africa, and Japan, most of people never have a job even. They will have like multiple small jobs, and it's going to be increasing more and more about that. And as well, the work becomes more like or different ways. So I want to hear your inputs as leading a company recruitment, one of the biggest ones, and as well how you are coping with all of this, both providing the software but dealing with the culture and the nuances.
Okay. The one thing I can tell you before answering your question, I think the culture is changing. Culture is changing even in Japan now. So what I can tell you is Japanese people and especially young generation is changing job frequently these days. So I'm out of Japan long time, actually 7 years already. So I cannot tell you very much about Japan recently, but yeah, I know that young generation is changing more than maybe my generation. So that's one thing before I wanted to tell you. And yeah, talking about technology, if I can tell you is we try to implement the AI and machine learning driven ATS, and also the more gathering data, because we have the biggest job board in Vietnam, and also we have 3,500 people in India. So, the daily activity is the huge data we are gathering and we are getting. But the point is, of course, nobody cannot use this kind of technology, or no, not many people can understand the importance of the using this technology to gathering data every day, and the amount of data will make difference for future. The biggest difficulty for us is the implementation, and let them use and let them understand the importance of the technology, how you will be easy to find a candidate after you use this, and then you get the enough data to the provide the right suggestion by technology. So that is one. And another thing is they afraid the technology will take away their job. So especially we are in recruitment business, right? So then of course the most of people are doing recruiting. So then sourcing by maybe LinkedIn or by the some job boards. Then the kind of the work can be very similar, and also the technology is coming. Then automation is happening, more about sourcing the candidate and resume, or maybe the screening the resume, or the assessing the resume. That kind of work is not at all required by the human being, done by human being. So then the another thing is the what we train them is more sales driven, or relationship, or maybe the negotiation or closure of the deal. That is only what we can create as a value from the human being, human touch. So the recruitment is very complicated. Actually, like that, I do not really think we can automate entire process of recruitment in very near future. Of course, some of startups and venture companies trying to do that, but for sure, the recruitment means like the hiring manager is human being, and then candidate is a human being, recruiter is a human being. So finally, somebody decide, like maybe that Amazon stopped using AI to search the candidate because the AI the did not choose the female because AI only decided by data and history. But diversity cannot make it happen because of data and history too. So the some part we can utilize data, and also the efficiency, we can improve efficiency and also accuracy, but also we are trying to train and also to create very important role for humans in recruitment, especially this communication and getting more the deeper understanding of the candidate or maybe hiring managers, which is not in resume or which is not in JD. That is what we are trying to do in Vietnam and India, and also in Japan, to provide HR technology. And we are implementing the outside technology also. We are developing own technology as well, but yeah, we are using the outside technology to gather more data to provide the better service to our clients.
That's very fascinating, and I think the challenge right now is, like you said, how you do the relationship between as we become more digital transformed, how we look at all these different technologies, especially artificial intelligence and machine learning, but then as well how we match the relationships and the offline work, the online and the offline work. So I'm particularly interested to see, with your experience, and I think leading one of the biggest technology companies in the world in recruitment, and as well looking at especially the different nuances. You mentioned, for instance, the Vietnamese market, which is a young population as well, and is much more dynamic and much younger hustle to try to get things. And then you have India, which is a completely different culture, like you said, because you have like New Delhi, that is one thing, but then you have the South, and you have a lot of things. So your company, as a recruitment tech company, how do you do with the nuances of these cultures? I think this is particularly important from a technology perspective. You just mentioned the Amazon example and the challenge they're facing with machine learning. And as well, we still need to optimize our machines to improve all these different things, but especially on the platform, the relationship between the users, the recruitment agencies, the companies, and as well the people. In the end of the day, the people that are participating, and as well the people that are looking for jobs and so forth. So can you tell us, for instance, how the platform works, and there's some of these solutions that you've been working on?
Yeah, this is still we are trying to find out the future of this recruitment world. The one way is data point, actually. So the we are gathering a lot of data to understand the reality of recruitment, and also the fact. That's the one thing what we need to do a lot of things, because especially maybe US or maybe European countries can be more, the faster, or maybe the implement easier, like maybe Indeed is doing. So because you see that Indeed or maybe LinkedIn is very weak in Japan. Maybe you don't know why, because we don't change the company, we don't change the career so easy. So then people does not really want to show up the career information and the social media like LinkedIn, because the changing the company or changing job is a very big thing, like for Japanese people. So then if you change the company A to B, then the Japanese people feel really bad. Oh, I am leaving the company. It means like I am defeating, or how can I say, like the for example, like maybe the job changing market like Vietnam or India or US or Europe, company A to company B, if they are competitors, even the candidate doesn't feel anything. But in Japan, if you choose the competitors of the current company, that will be very, very bad relationship after you leave. That is the fact. So yeah, Japan, we need to do a lot of things because maybe data is less, and also kind of mindset is still like, especially like the 30, 40s years old, that kind of range of the senior people. It's increasing the number of people to change the job, but still very, very slow what I can see. So I mean that's why we see that a lot of opportunity as well. And the if we talk about Vietnam, if we talk about other countries like that we have in Thailand or Vietnam or the Singapore or of course India, and also we are looking at the US and UAE right now. So those countries we look at the data point because data, number of data or amount of data will be the very important to make accurate the performance by even like any technologies. So we are gathering more data by the job board business or this kind of staffing services because we are doing the payrolling also. Then we are having the huge business from the Microsoft or IBM or the TCS, that kind of the technology company. So then another part is actually we are looking at the solution for the voice or maybe the communication. If the recruitment cannot live from this communication or understanding the human being, or like we can say that assessment. So we started 30 years back, we started assessment solution by answering the question. But nowadays we are looking at eyeball, the movement, and also the face recognition, as well as, of course, the whole understanding the personality from the resume information or social media information. So the assessing the language, assessing the voice, assessing a lot of information, not only like what we got so far. So that kind of technology we are looking at as a future, and that kind of fear, because if you decided by maybe the social media activity, you already have that, right? If you like in Facebook, then like if you got to know like the people's the 10 times like, then uh, Facebook will know about you more than you. That kind of data, we already have that, right? So this kind of like assessment and also the matching, like maybe the future matching or future fitting, we are looking at, because we are looking at the very important philosophy to success after joining or enabling success. So of course changing job is important to get more experience, but yeah. So I we are thinking to the this experience to people to change the job or having the new experience in the new company is very important. Then like, but the people doesn't really think too much about a new company or new job, then the misfit is happening everywhere. So we want to make zero misfit situation in the world. So then to do that, we want to use the data plus this assessment of lot of information from which we are getting right now for future.
That's I'm completely with you. So I want to want to talk about data, and especially the working data. So at the moment, I think especially in the Western world, the biggest platform is LinkedIn, like you mentioned, and second probably Facebook, especially for working data and recruitment. So where it comes, so let's say a platform like yours, and I think for people that listen to us, I think if you just want to present a bit the way your platform works, I think it's important as well to understand that. Can you just give first of all an overview how your platform works? I think it's interesting as well for people to know, people that never heard about your software.
The we are actually, yeah. So the we are checking now. Actually, like I cannot tell you too much because we are only doing the beta version, and also we are getting the lot of information from ATS, and also we are getting the many way to understand the social media activity. But this is not way to launch. So, but what I'm telling you, like the future of the technology and also the future of the data-driven activity or data-driven recruitment will be like this, and also we are working on that. But the right now, as I told you, the automation, we are using the tool for the application tracking system, then integrated for the job board and also the social media all over the one place. Then we are gathering the all client feedback in one place as well. So then we are gathering all information in one place. But of course, then that's why I'm telling you the data is the most important thing. So we are gathering the data enough right now, and we are struggling to let recruiters is using this kind of activity or the data gathering activity or the platform internally. So we are trying every day, and we are trying to make the better quality of the data and also the size of data.
Very, very good. I understand completely. So I would like to go right now in terms of so having this experience and working with technology and as well with a platform that is so global, you have a lot of data about trends and about what are the biggest innovation and things that are required for companies and as well for the recruiters and for as well for the people looking for jobs. So what would be the trends that you suggest, let's say companies or even people are listening to the interview in terms of trends of recruitment and in his industry at large? So the things that you see that are more important. You touch machine learning, you touch as well a lot of things in terms of data gathering, but I'm sure there's a lot of other things that are really less well known and probably as important or more.
Uh, okay, so let me clarify your question. You want to know about the recruitment market trend or the especially like a
That's
technology
that.
trend?
Yeah, technology trends and as well the biggest things you're facing and you're seeing on the recruitment industry through the data that you're finding, more top level, of course.
Mm, okay, yeah. The if I can tell you the trend of the recruitment market is the through of automation. So the most of non-tech organization like healthcare or pharmaceutical or that kind of company is stop hiring a lot of people or a lot of workforce, and they start looking at the technology and they start looking at the automation opportunity. So what we are getting after this COVID situation, that most of position become technology. Of course, the market situation is not very stable. So then, like if we see that the improvements soon, then we will see that more non-tech position or maybe the kind of human touch position in future. Yes, for sure. But people realize that if they keep a lot of workforce like sales team, even people cannot meet directly. So now we are working with the the financials, the services company. Then they have like field work salespeople. So, but those people cannot meet the face to face, and which it happened before. So, but then like what they are doing is they try to implement a solution like e-meeting solution or tracking solution, geo tagging solution. Then the minimize the workforce and maximize the productivity, that kind of like the technology requirement, and also the solution architecture, that kind of opportunity is in non-IT company. So yeah, trend is very much for the technology opportunity or technology position. This is one. And also the more about the, if we talk about the solutioning, the sales position or somebody who can create a business opportunity like this is the very much strong demand from the market. What I see, like a technology solution, or let's say like the new business development type of opportunity is in the market. Yeah, but we never know actually. If we talk about a trend, actually, like that, we do not really talk about the uh, 6 months later, 1 year later, because nobody can imagine or nobody can see that what will happen. So we are also looking at the daily base or weekly base, more shorter term, to what is really happening in the market, and the pick up the news, and also the how we can react the one by one. But yeah, the DX speed is like the 100 times or 1,000 times now become. So then I can see that a lot of opportunity for that too, because maybe the big the tech giants already, like they did a lot of activity for that. That's why they are getting a lot of opportunity. But from now on, a lot of big non-tech companies become technology driven companies. So that is the huge opportunity for us and also for the people.
Yeah, that's very interesting to see that you are already looking at automation as a way to take this forward, because it's I think definitely there's a lot of automation process, and I see that most of the companies, especially if you look at startups versus big multinationals, they use much more the network infrastructure, and the referral is very important. So I would like to touch that as one of the questions, because I think, for instance, in my case, I recruit people based on the quality of the network. And then eventually, if you want to scale, we do different. So I would like to touch that part, the quality of the referrals. And now you touch technology on that, because I think that is the most difficult thing to get the quality of, especially if you look at very qualified executives or more other things in terms of recruitment. So I don't know if you have any specific notes on that. I would like to hear your opinion.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, like referral is the best quality way to hire people. But the difficulty is if you are startup, then you can hire 2, 3, 5 people by referral. It's good. But if you change the stage to 30 people to 100, then it will be not really easy to fulfill your requirement because your type of requirement become kind of the variety, and also the number of position become wider and also higher. So then if you do only the referral way to hire, yes, it's quality is the best, because they will know that because the friend is working already that company for sure. But then like if you want to meet your requirement to grow from the market, and then maybe the balance will be the most important thing to use the other solutions. Maybe the one can be the job board, and one can be the different way of recruiting people. Yeah, but the now kind of referral is like a very much trend, and also the referral is also changing. Like the referral is not asking employee to introduce your friends or your good connection, to engage own people and own employees to make more funds, and then if you create a funds, not employees, if you treat our people, treat your employees uh, best, then they automatically create another fund, and then this fund create another fund, then referral automatically create a big circle. So it means like engagement, and also the more idea of making the value for the own employees is the key for the actually like the recruitment and hiring, the successful hiring process in recently the what I see in the market.
Completely. So that's the last question, and I think we are passing the 1 hour. So I would like to look. We touched a bit that, but we are going through COVID-19. I know that India was not so affected, but other countries have been very affected, and I know that this accelerated a huge amount of digital transformation. Actually, some things that probably will take like 5 years right now being done in the last couple of months. Because of course companies need to keep people working, they need to keep all the infrastructure, HR, and all the things digital. So I would like to touch that, the COVID-19 impact on the industry, and especially I'm sure in your work directly, but as well if you could give us an input in terms of how do you see the future of work? So 2 questions. First one more about COVID-19, and the other one on the future of work at large.
Maybe I lost the last sentence, but maybe yeah, the one thing is that the impact of COVID-19, right?
Yes.
And then one thing is the future of
work.
Okay, good. So the impacting, like, yeah, very badly, actually, everybody know that. But I heard the Vietnam is different. So Vietnam did a very much good management, and they did not get much impact, and actually zero death case. So that was amazing, and they came back to very normal work, and also that they do not wear masks these days. That what I heard. The impacting India is like it's very heavy and very badly. So the after 25th of March, we become the under lockdown situation. So and nobody can go outside, or no urgent the activity to be outside. So then what is really happening is after 2 month lockdown, from June we open up most of places, and then I can go out. But after that, what is really happening is number of cases and number of deaths is getting increased, and also still we cannot see the peak. So what we see that in India, especially for permanent recruitment, means the somebody who hiring permanent employees, we see that 70 to 80% down from few months ago, maybe 2-3 months ago. So huge impact, and also most of no market movement now. And but the if we talk about contract staffing market, especially we focus on technology, so contract staffing market is doing very good, and also we are getting new opportunity because company does not really have the information for the long term, so they want to hire, or they want to even change to the contract staffing from permanent recruitment or permanent hiring permanent employees. So we have two type of companies and also the job board as well. So we are getting many type of opportunities. So then we see that still like a technology company, or especially technology opportunity, or the demand is coming to us. So that we see the positivity as well. But maybe if we talk about maybe permanent recruitment, and in the future, we don't know. And also it will be come back, I don't know too. But Yeah, the so COVID-19 gave us a lot of change, and the company cannot take risk, and then it means like we have to adapt. For somebody who is working in the company, need to know the you need to be flexible, and you need to have 2 3 opportunity to earn money from the market. And yeah, that is the can be the new normal. So then future work, what I can tell you is the full of maybe uh, the ability to outcome based market, or outcome based evaluation. That will be the market. So the so far maybe people can get some good opportunity because of your experience, or your the maybe the beauty of your resume. Hey, you worked in the Facebook, or you worked in Google, or that kind of opportunity you got so far. But from now, the somebody who can deliver the value, or somebody who can really work in the particular position or particular project, will be the basic. It means gig economy will be the center of this employment. So then one person will get a 5 to 10 position or 10 project very easily. And the maybe some person cannot get even one position or one project for even like a very limited position. So that kind of difference will be there. So yeah, future of work will be the gig economy, and also future of work will be not employment, even not working for the company, work as a maybe the individual and professional to deliver the outcome. That's what we see so far.
Yeah, I think it's a very good point, and I think on the gig economy, it's things are going to be massive. I think it's going to be, and as well. So probably at the last call, the last question. So picking on the gig economy and as well the fragmented work. There's a lot of studies stating that I think with COVID-19, a lot of companies are going to continue firing a lot of people. So there'll be a lot of more unemployment in the United States is already quite big, and as well in Europe, and as well, of course, because the companies are struggling and there's second wave of COVID right now starting. But I think on the more positive side, when it comes to the gig economy and all these things that can actually come out of this, what would be your message of hope as a final statement from you? A message of hope and a message as well of inspiration of someone that has been in the industry for a long time and actually can actually give, because I always like to focus on the positive things, not on the negative ones. So if you could just finalize with some of your experience and what would be the advice that you give to the people listening to us that are probably struggling, some of them, others not so, or even the companies, or even the people looking for and entering in this industry, or at least finding solutions for the challenge they have right now.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. I would like to send a message to the people. If you know about job and also the career and also the calling, the we call inner calling. So the of course the situation will not be very easy, or maybe nobody predict the future, or maybe it will not be easy. But let's imagine if you have enough money in your hand, what do you do? If you don't really need to work, then what do you do? That will help you. So in my understanding, the job is for money. So if you are working for money, then maybe it will not for your maybe the activity for future. And then career, if you are doing something for future of yourself, then it is also not really important, because money will not be the point if I'm talking about. But point is The calling I'm talking about is if you have the purpose or if you have the objective to do what, then this objective or this purpose will be more important for you to get more money. That's what I see the future. So of course, the developed skill set, and also the you need to be the person who can or who can deliver the outcome by yourself. This is the one way, but the it will be very diversified. So you don't need to be the developer. You don't need to be the architect solution that kind of person. You can focus what you like, and you can be the professional, or you can be the only one what you can do. That will be the very big help for future for sure, in my view, because the demand will be very variety. And then the only like what we see that a Facebook or LinkedIn, that kind of information cannot fulfill that kind of the variable the demand. So if you can be the only one or very rare person in any way, future is yours and you can enjoy your life. So I believe that way, and I'm trying that way too. So yeah, that is my
No,
message.
it's a very positive message, and I think we really need that. So fantastic insights. There's a lot of things from the future of work to automation to the challenge with technology, culture, and different areas. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Koji Murata. It's been an honor, and I think a lot of great insights for everyone, both from technology, from a work experience, and a lot of different things. I don't know if you want to just say where people can find you in the internet. I'm sure that, of course, LinkedIn and other channels. I don't know if you are too much in social media, but if you want to just give a bit of, we're going to put links, but just as a final note, and it's an honor to have you here.
Okay, yeah, you can find me in LinkedIn for sure, and you can find me in Facebook as well. Yeah, anywhere that I am using my real name in everywhere, so you can search me.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Koji-san. It's an honor to have you here, and I wish you a great success with your continual career, and as well to inspire and do a lot of business for a lot of people around the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.